Good potential lot of good voters in this area right here. I am Thomas Stockdale Ray. As the sign says, I'm not buried this spot right here. I'm actually buried a little bit right next to the road. There's a flag you probably can't see right now, but this is where I just had to move up so y'all can hear me a little bit better. The traffic here gets a little bit crazy, especially when the kids are out screaming and everything. I have a prepared speech. I am not a very good speech maker. My brother John was. He knew how to give a speech off the cuff. He could speak for hours. Back then, that was television to people. They go and watch a politician give their speeches and everything. But me, I'm more behind the scenes. That's how I best operated. Thank you for coming. These tours have become the hip place to be in Russellville. They're so popular, the dead from other cemeteries are coming here. Presley O'Bannon is in 3 cemeteries. But I digress. You may be wondering why you should vote for me as governor. I could talk about all the paved roads and bridges that I brought to the county or the armory, but I ask you instead, how do you like that football stadium? It is an impressive work of architecture. Fort Ray's is called by away teams. I grew tired of my boys playing football games in the flooded Legion Field, which you kids today call Hampton Park. I asked what could be done about it, and Coach Donaldson said a new football field was needed. I asked where, and he said at the hill of 9th and Summer Streets would be the perfect spot. So I became a member of the Russell School Board, and I headed to Washington to talk to my good friend Franklin D. Roosevelt. The president was so appreciative of the work I did to help him get elected, he made a point to stop in Russellville and personally thank me. We spoke to each other in the Oval Office, and we arranged for a public works project. This was during the Great Depression, so it brought jobs to the community. The dynamiting that was done did damage the Lashbrooks home just a little bit, but we worked that out between them. The dedication of Ray Stadium was a festive event. Marching bands led a parade. Politicians came, and those who couldn't sent their regards. The mayor of Springfield even attended. The lieutenant governor made a speech, and the governor of Tennessee sent a telegram praising the new football stadium. And we all sat down to watch a game. The Russellville Panthers versus the Central City Golden Tide. Most of my boys had graduated and would be fighting off in the war, but my youngest Ab was still on the team. Poor kid. He and his friends had to be under a lot of pressure to play a good football game with all those dignitaries watching them. After all, after Homer Chapman graduated, the Panthers were not as good as they used to be. Our boys play hard, and by the end of the game, it was a tie. It may not have been a victory, but it wasn't a loss, so I can live with that. Ray Stadium is a landmark we can be still proud of today. It is an icon. Look at all the other football stadiums. They're all the same looking, but everyone remembers Fort Ray. Just remember that I've been a vital part, not just of Russellville, but of the whole county. I never tore down buildings. I had things built here. I would appreciate your vote. And as we say in Kentucky, vote early and vote often. Thank you for your
Thank you, sir. That's true today.
Some of my friends and family who are over here have a lot of fond memories of some of the people.
So this is a picture of when Roosevelt came to town.
No, that's the Tobacco Festival.
Well, that